with everything that's going on in the world right now when it comes to COVID and just how we have these two extreme sides on whether or not to wear a mask, I felt that it was time for me to speak up and just kind of put my opinion out there so that way you people can understand what I have experienced in my life and then just leave it up to you to make the decision for yourself. I'm not here, I'm not a doctor. I'm not here to say you must do this or you must do that. Uh, this is just my experience. It's what I've been through, and then these are the conclusions that I've drawn from them. First of all, my name is Michael Andrews, and in March of 1995, I contracted meningococcal spinal meningitis. The result was sepsis, uh, collapsed lung, 102-day hospital stay. That involved many, many surgeries. They included skin graft, uh, G tubes. I had feeding tubes up my nose. I had a tracheotomy. You may actually be able to see the scar right here. Um, the list, I had multiple skin grafts from where I turned septic. Still have a little bit of nerve damage that's in my left arm, and just a very long string of problems and then complications that have come from that particular instance. Fast forward several years later into 2009 when the H1N1 came through and I contracted H1N1. That was another long hospital stay. It wasn't as long, it was about a month and a half. And I contracted or developed, should I say, 3 different types of pneumonia: bacterial, fungal, and viral. Um, I don't remember if I had a collapsed lung that particular time, but almost didn't make it. Doctors actually told my family that if they had anything they wanted to say to me, say it now because I may not be here in the morning. Um, didn't need a trach that time, but was also on a respirator. Had extreme edema and just lots of lots of struggles, things that I still have nightmares about today. 11 years later, I still have nightmares about what happened in 1995. I still um, just have a lot of things that happened from those 2 instances. Very difficult times, but they something that both of them had in common, and what it relates to today is, first off, if you were to see me on the street, you know, you wouldn't know that I had health issues, and you wouldn't know that I'm at risk for particular diseases. You wouldn't know that I'm immune suppressed, immunocompromised, and but also they never figured out how I got the meningitis. When I say they, I'm referring to doctors. I'm referring to anybody who may have been involved. Uh, they never figured out how I caught the H1N1. Um, we could take guesses, but we still don't know. And so what that ultimately boils down to is that I came in contact with somebody who was either sick and just not sick enough to realize that they were carrying the meningitis bacteria or the H1N1 virus, or they were just completely asymptomatic, or maybe they thought it was allergies or something like that. So you don't know. You may not know that you're that sick. You may feel fine, or you may just feel a little bit down, but you may inadvertently cause somebody to spend almost a third of a year in the hospital, or even longer, or worse. You may give that person a death sentence by making them sick, because you don't know that you're sick, nor do you know that that they have something that keeps them from being able to fight the virus effectively. And it's for that reason that I will, when I go outside, I wear a mask. The current recommendation, last recommendation that I read, was that they're not going to help protect you as much as if you spread it to somebody else, and you may have it and not even know it. So for if you're one of those people who refuses to wear a mask, I'm not, I'm still going to love you as a human being either way. But I just want you to take a moment and consider what those actions could be. Thank you.